Hello everyone, welcome back to another wonderful class. Today we are going to finish out the review of the simple past with irregular verbs, okay? So where we left it yesterday was in this wonderful review that Mr. Carl M. Made about this James Hotel. All right, let's read it, okay? He says here, based on this reading, we are going to answer these questions right over here, okay? All right, so let's see what Mr. Carl wrote about James Hotel. By the way, this is a 5-star hotel. Must be a really good hotel. Love to go there. A terrific place to stay. We stayed at James Hotel for 4 nights. We arrived late on Friday night. A worker helped us with our luggage. We forgot to bring shampoo from home, but this wasn't a problem. Housekeeping put new soap and shampoo in our room every day. The hotel breakfast was excellent. We didn't want to leave. This was written by Carl M. Janner on January 23rd, 2020. Wow, this just happened, right? Okay, so let's identify the past tense. Stayed. Stayed. That is the past tense, right? It's the past tense of the verb to stay. Notice that it's a regular verb because all you do to regular verbs is that you add ed to them. Next one, we arrived. This is also a regular verb because all you need to do is add ed to it. Arrive. A worker helped us. Helped. Ed. This is a regular verb as well because all you do is add ed. We forgot. Now, this verb is irregular because the original base form of this verb is to forget. And this is forgot. Therefore, this is irregular, right? This one, the second verb, stays in its original form, bring. But we know that in the past, to bring is irregular, right? How would you say in the past tense of bring? Brought. I brought, right? Wasn't. Wasn't is also in the past tense. Put. To put. The verb to put can be used in the same form in the present as in the past. I put the soap in the bathroom yesterday. I put the soap in the bathroom today. So it could be used for both present and past. The hotel breakfast was excellent. The verb to be in the past tenses was. And we didn't want to leave. Notice that when you have the verb, the form of didn't or did, what happens to the next verb is nothing. You keep it the same form in its infinitive base form. Okay? We didn't want to leave. Which reminds me, when we use did and didn't, we must include the did and didn't in our answer, okay? So that's something that we reviewed yesterday and we can review before we move on, right? So for example, the past tense of did and didn't. Enjoyed and enjoyed. Do you remember that all regular verbs, all you do to make it in past tense, you add an ed to it, okay? Now, there are some verbs that are irregular that you just have to know the form of the verb in the past tense. To swim, in the past tense will be swam. So, here are some affirmative positive sentences. Ms. Luyando enjoyed her vacation. It's a regular verb. All you do is add ed to it. Mrs. Luyando swam in the pool. Notice that this is the irregular verb, so you change that from swim to swam. Now, if it's a negative sentence using did or didn't, you could say Mrs. Luyando didn't enjoy her vacation. But because you use didn't, you don't have to do anything to this verb right here. This is incorrect, right? This verb has to stay in its infinitive form. Mrs. Luyando didn't swim in the pool. Notice that the past tense of swim is swam, But because you're using didn't, you leave this verb the way it is in its infinitive base form. Now, when you are asked questions with did, you must answer with did as well, or didn't. For example, did Miss Luyando enjoy her vacation? You could say, yes, she did. Or you can say, no, she didn't. Did Miss Luyando swim in the pool? Yes, she did. Or you can say, no, she didn't. Notice that you have to answer with did and didn't if did was formulated in the question. Okay? Now, let me ask you, did you swim in the pool? You can say, yes, I did. Did you swim in the pool yesterday? Okay. Did you swim in the pool today? Okay. You could have said, yes, I did. Or you could have said, no, I didn't. Now, with this in mind, let's go back to our lesson in Burlington and answer these questions based on the reading, okay? Did the guests arrive at night? Did they? Let's read it one more time. We stayed at James Hotel for 4 nights. We arrived late on Friday night. We arrived late on Friday night. So, yes, the answer is yes, they did, right? They did arrive at night. Did the guests take their luggage to their room? A worker helped us with our luggage. So, did they take their luggage or somebody else did? Somebody else did, right? Yes, no, they didn't. The guests take their luggage to their room? No, they didn't. Did the guests bring shampoo from home? We forgot to bring shampoo from home. But this wasn't a problem. Housekeeping put new soap and shampoo in our room every day. So the question is, did the guests bring shampoo from home? No, they didn't. They forgot, right? Did the guests receive a good breakfast? The hotel breakfast was excellent. So yes, they did. Did the guests want to leave? We didn't want to leave. No, they didn't. They didn't want to leave, right? Okay. So that is what we know about the James Hotel. It was a terrific place to stay, right? So let's go now to the next one. Okay, here I would like to ask you a few questions and you have to answer either you did or you didn't, okay? These are your two options. Did you go out last night? Did you go out last night? In your own experience, based on your own experience, you could say,
yes, I did. I went out last night.
or you could say,
no, I didn't. I didn't go out last night.
Let's go to the next question. Did you receive any text messages this morning? Did you receive any text messages this morning? You could say,
yes, I did. I received some text messages this morning.
or you can say,
no, I didn't. I didn't receive any text messages this morning.
okay, let's go to the next one. Did you take the bus yesterday? Did you take the bus yesterday?
Yes, I did. I took the bus yesterday.
Or you can also say,
no, I didn't. I didn't take the bus yesterday.
Notice that you're restating to confirm something that you did or you didn't. Next one. Did you move to a new apartment last year? Did you move to a new apartment last year?
Yes, I did. I moved to a new apartment last year.
Or you could have said,
no, I didn't. I didn't move to a new apartment last year.
And the last question for you is, did you watch TV in English last week? Did you watch TV in English last week?
Yes, I did. I watched TV in English last week.
Or you could say,
No, I didn't. I didn't watch TV in English last week.
so notice here that every time someone is asking you a question using did or didn't, the answer must or could be answered with did or didn't. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to ask you to help me here to correct some mistakes that we made on purpose, so you could actually correct them. Okay? So if you see a mistake, please let me know, because we have to correct it, right? Okay, so here are the sentences. They all have a problem. All of them have an issue in here. So we have to find the problem and fix it. Let's go to the first one. I come home from work an hour ago. This is in the past tense, yes? So this one should say, I come or I came. Correct. I came. This has to be capital. I came home from work an hour ago. Period. Next one. I didn't drink coffee this morning. What is wrong with this one? What is wrong with this sentence? Didn't drink. Remember, if you have did or didn't, you may not change the verb. You cannot conjugate it. So you will say, I didn't drink coffee this morning. Next one. She did have fun. She did have fun. What is wrong with that? Well, if you are asking a question with did must be the first thing that you use in the question. Did she have fun? Did she have fun? Now, let me ask you one more question. Can you say this? Can you do this? Did she had fun? No, you can't, correct? Because you already have did, therefore you cannot change the verb. You have to keep it in its base, right? Its original form. Did you spoke to the front desk? Did you spoke to the front desk? What is wrong with that sentence? Correct. You use did, so you cannot change the verb. So you have to say speak. Did you speak to the front desk clerk? Did you speak to the front desk clerk? Correct. Next question, next one. This is a statement. Last night we made pizza for dinner. What is wrong with that? Well, we know that make, the past tense of make is to made. So it would have been last, capital, night, comma, we made, correct? No, we make. We made pizza for dinner. That's correct. And finally, the last sentence, it is a question. Did you swim in the pool? What is wrong with this sentence? Did you swim in the pool? Correct. Because you have did, you may not change this verb as it should stay in its original form. Did you swim in the pool? That would be the correct form of this verb, okay? So, to recap, when we use did, you don't do anything with the next verb, okay? You leave it in its infinitive form, in its base form, right? And just remember that irregular verbs are different. When you are saying something with irregular verbs, make sure that you remember the correct form. All right? So I will talk to you guys later on. I will ask you a few questions. It's been a pleasure teaching you about the simple past. I'll see you soon.